If you are dating someone and they have any of these placements, aspects in their birth chart, immediately run. Immediately run. Now, this is my opinion from my perspective, from my viewpoint, and if you have any of these placements, no offense. My name is Desiree. You can book an astrology reading with me. See my link in bio. You can also purchase my workbook if you want to learn how to read a birth chart. Link in bio. Now, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius Mars. For me, it's a no. It's a no-go. Any air sign for your Mars. These people are too flighty, too unpredictable, too flaky, too flirty. Like, they are always on the hunt for the next best thing, always looking for excitement. The only one that can be okay is a Libra Mars, but you have to see where their Venus is placed for the full picture. Gemini, Aquarius, like, these people just don't settle down. Even when they're old and mature, like, they will still always have that really flirty energy to them. They need a lot of excitement. They need a lot of physical differentiation. Mars in an air sign, it just needs excitement, physical exertion. Like, if they're not in a high athleticism sport or field, their body is going to feel pent up, like they have to get out that energy. And in relationships, a lot of times that will come back on the partner and feel like you're not satisfying their needs, you're not switching it up, being exciting enough for them. Some people really love this energy. They find it fun and exciting. For me, Cancer Mars, it's a no-go. I need something different. A moon square or opposite or conjunct Pluto. Now, this is a lot of intensity. This is a lot of probably trauma, maybe issues from childhood that will come up in the relationship. Like, these people can seem very emotionally put together, strong, resilient people, which they probably are. But when it comes to relationships, that's when the crazy starts to come out. Like, that's when these problems, trauma, these things start to bubble up to the surface and come out through relationships. So until these people are very, very mature, a lot of times they will project that trauma onto their partner, blame their partner. This can cause like a lot of high dramatics, fights, like emotional intensity. So if you like that, this is for you. For me, it's a little bit too much. Now, moon square opposite or conjunct Uranus. Uranus brings in a level of uncertainty, unexpectedness. So these people can have an emotional sort of roller coaster going on. A lot of times they can come off as like they have it all together, similar to that moon Pluto tension. Like, usually they've learned how to hide it, but in relationships, again, is where it really peaks and comes out. Those childhood things and really needs are just starting to bubble up through relationships for moon Uranus people. They're also just like a little bit too flaky and flighty for me. That moon Uranus energy is like someone who really needs a lot of change, uniqueness, exciting energy. And I'm an Aries. Like, I like excitement. Like, let's go, let's be spontaneous. But moon Uranus people are another level of spontaneous. They like the weird, they like the strange, they like the more unknown, and they want to go and explore that and feel that energy. So it doesn't take them, like, it takes them a lot longer to want to settle down, have a family, want to be more calm in their dating. Now, Mars square opposite or conjunct Uranus. Now, these people physically are into very weird, strange, unique things. Now, physically, they need like that changeability. They need something new all the time. They need that Uranus energy, that unique, weird, kind of like strange vibes, especially physically, sexually, in the bedroom. They're going to want to try a new thing every time. They're going to want to try a new person all the time. It takes them a lot longer to settle down and be faithful and that type of thing. Not to say that they can't. Someone could meet their need for that, strange, unique energy, and that would be a perfect match. But yeah, for me, it's just too much uncertain, too much not really being able to know what you're going to expect from them. Like, you don't know how these people are going to behave or react even. Like, sometimes you will think you'll have this person down, but these are the type of people who, when it comes down to it and that pressure is on them, they will maybe behave in a way that you were like, whoa, I never thought, this is totally not you. This is not who I thought I was with. Moon square opposite or conjunct Chiron. This shows that there is a sort of a tie emotionally to some kind of a wound that they have. Now, this could be from childhood, from trauma, from relationships they've been in. Like, they kind of hold on to that victim mentality, and emotionally will always go back to that. They'll always like go back to that as an excuse for why they do things, how they feel, their maybe laziness, maybe how you make them feel. Like, it's just always a cycle of like, well, this is why I am this way. And it's really not productive, in my opinion. It kind of it shows a mother wound as well, moon Chiron, like maybe they didn't get enough nurturing or care or attention, and there's some type of emotional like delay going on. They can grow out of it and become very mature and, you know, help other people even with this type of problem once they have grown from it, but it's just very like kind of a victim mindset with this one. Venus square moon, this one shows that there is an incompatibility between emotional needs and their Venusian passions, attraction, desire. So a lot of times they will like find a woman who emotionally meets their needs and makes them feel comfortable, marriage material, but Venusian passion, desire is completely different, so they will go look for that elsewhere. It's very few and far between that they'll find someone who meets both of those needs, because they're in a square. They don't get along, they don't relate. Emotionally he wants this, you know, attraction wise he's into something completely opposite. So it can be very confusing and just like challenging to have a good productive relationship if someone has these two different sides to their desires and their needs. And it can kind of make you feel like, okay, well, today I'm acting like this, tomorrow you want me to be like that. Like, it's never good enough kind of energy. Saturn conjunct the North Node. So this is very specific, but for me, I feel like anything like that on your North Node, Saturn brings in a roadblock, sort of a wall to your progression and to your goals, to what you are here on Earth to achieve, your purpose. Like, there is just something blocking that. Maybe it's a mental block, it's a Saturn block. It's really just not allowing you to get where you need to go in life, and until you're very mature is when you can start to work with that energy better. But a lot of times people will get stuck there and they'll just be like spinning their wheels, not being productive, not motivated, not feeling like things are worth it. There's sort of this like doom, like, oh my gosh, everything I do just doesn't mean anything, there's no purpose, not finding satisfaction in like going after your purpose in life, until you mature and you realize like the beauty is within that. So that's just something that, like, for me, especially early dating, is a little bit of a red flag. So I wouldn't do that for young dating especially.